Learning the difference between assertive and aggressive. Perception is a huge part of communication. When we receive a message, our brains filter it so that we can receive the feedback from the other party. If that feedback is perceived as negative, then it can change the rest of our interaction with that party in ways that may easily be avoided. If that feedback is perceived as positive, then it can alter the rest of the communication with that party for the better. Sometimes we may feel that someone else is being aggressive toward us when in reality, their intention is merely to assert themselves or their thoughts or beliefs without offending you. In other cases, it can be that we do not know how to assert ourselves without coming across as aggressive and confrontational. These types of provocative interactions can cause a lot of misunderstandings and ultimately a whole lot of stress. And this is for various reasons. When we are not able to communicate our needs in a way that others can hear and respect, this can create a toxic environment for us. We are not able to thrive if we can't voice the things that we need without starting fights. Maybe we begin to misunderstand others and assume that they don't care about us because they are not receiving the proper feedback from us, that they are violating our boundaries. Or perhaps we are coming off too strongly and hurting people's feelings and being aggressive when we only really need to gently but firmly assert ourselves in a way that other people can hear and respect. Nobody likes knowing that they are doing something wrong. They like it even less when they feel attacked for their mistakes. Most people will make an effort to treat you the way that you want to be treated if they are honorable enough to treat others with respect and kindness. But they are less likely to be considerate of your needs if you are communicating your expectations in an aggressive manner. Maybe you feel the need to be aggressive before the message will be received, but this is not always the case. If you want to live in a stress-free environment, it is crucial to keep yourself in check when it comes to communication style. Learning the difference between assertive and aggressive communication styles is pertinent to this cause, and it is something you will benefit from long-term for the rest of your life, and it will be a guaranteed way to improve your relationships with those around you. So, what is the difference between speaking assertively versus speaking aggressively? And keep in mind that some people have a difficult time receiving either. If they are being reprimanded in some way, they may still find you to be at fault because their defense mechanisms may be in high gear. It can be difficult to get through to people like this at times, but that doesn't mean that you should go from being assertive to being aggressive, as this will only escalate the situation. Assertive communication is respectful. You can speak your opinion to someone else while still being respectful of their opinions as well. You can ask them not to behave a certain way towards you and establish healthy boundaries without attempting to insult them for their behavior. You are simply letting them know that this isn't something you accept or want in your life. Aggressive communication is far more damaging. Aggressive speakers may prefer to attack others for not believing the same way they do and do not show a lot of respect toward others for having differing opinions or tastes. If you offend an aggressive speaker, whether on accident or on purpose, they are more likely to react with hostility and escalate a situation rather than by being willing to view the situation objectively and seek out solutions for the issue at hand. Aggressive communication is a step backward, and the key ingredient in the recipe for assertive communication is respect. Be respectful even if you disagree. If you find yourself getting angry about something, do your best to healthily remove yourself from the situation and establish your boundaries in that way. It can be quite challenging for some of us to train ourselves to be assertive before we are aggressive, and that is okay. Don't give yourself a hard time about it or beat yourself up from your mistakes. Instead, see the ways that you can improve and always be honest with yourself about what you can and should be doing better. Then take the steps and time needed to improve. It is also important to be able to identify aggressive speakers in your life so that you will know not to give them any ammunition that they can use to escalate a situation and cause you needless stress. If someone feels like being combative and disrespectful, you do not have to accept it. You can quietly and calmly make your boundaries known with respect, and then do your best to remove yourself from the situation. This type of provocation is a constant thing. It may serve your life better to remove yourself from the source of the stress entirely. Some people do not want to improve themselves and find no fault in their styles of communication. They think that they have every right to plow down other people because they believe that they are right and there is no way around it. Oftentimes, this can be a toxic behavior and something that you should do everything in your power to avoid. Limit your interactions with toxic people, especially when they cannot take accountability for their own actions, and lash out with aggression when you are doing your best to be as respectful as possible. Once you are able to do this, coping with stressful situations will be that much easier.